Hello, everyone, and welcome to this call, or not call, I'm used to saying call. Welcome to this hangout. I'm Sherilyn Colby from SherilynColby.com, and I'm really excited to welcome you to Shift Your Money Mindset. And today, my intention for this call is for us to clear up some of your money clutter so that you can attract more clients and be able to raise your prices and feel congruent and in alignment with those higher prices. Excuse me. And I also want to share with you some training around your money mirror and a couple of other pieces of important systems for you to have in your coaching practice or health coaching practice or spiritual entrepreneur practice. And when I shared this with my list, I also invited you to email me any questions that you might have and any things that you would like some specific clearing around, because we will be doing some deep energy work on this call. And that is one of my favorite things to do. I do have training and certification as well as a gift to help understand where people are at and what is not in alignment. And what I want for you is for you to be the most inspired, fulfilled entrepreneur that you can be. I want for you to reach your highest level, your highest peaks, and then see that there are even greater things beyond that for you. And I want for you to be able to attract your ideal clients that are perfect for working with you. And I really actually don't know if this is recording or not. So if someone could send me a quick email at SherilynColby@gmail.com, that would be awesome. Okay, so on that note, let me just check my emails really fast, and we'll just make sure everything is in order. Let's see. Okay. I don't know, but we're going to certainly hope that everything is okay. And I wanted to check one more browser and make sure we are set and that we are broadcasting. And if you could hear all of the crazy noise earlier, I'm still learning. So thank you for being patient with me. And as I've done this recently, it's worked out really well, but I am recording a little bit differently today. So let me just look at my own thing and make sure we are good. Okay. Oh, it looks like we are live. Okay, awesome. Okay, so first of all, I want to invite you to just take a few deep breaths. Let me switch what's on my screen real quick. Go ahead and breathe with me. And I'm just checking in with everyone on the call for just a minute. Okay. Opening our hearts, ready to learn and listen. Okay, so I want to start out with sharing with you a quote that I have. All right, actually it's a summary, and this is, okay. You know how when you're nervous at the very beginning of something and it can be right in front of you and you might not see it? So I apologize, it's right here on my notes and I am not seeing the quote I'm looking for. Okay, so here is a quote from James Allen. He says this: "You will become as small or excuse me, let me start again. You will become as small as your controlling desire or as great as your dominant aspiration." And that's from As a Man Thinketh, from James Allen. And as you are in your holistic practice or spiritual coaching business, that at times you may feel really stuck and feel like there is a ceiling that is keeping you in a certain place. And I love the book, The Big Leap, and by Gay Hendricks. And I really believe that what he talks about is super true, that it's like there's the ceiling above us. And as we come up and shift out of our comfort zone and we reach that ceiling, that we're bumped and we pull ourselves back down to where we are comfortable. And our money is just the same way, our money mindset. And what we want to do is recognize what are those beliefs that are keeping us here. Why do we feel safe here in a specific comfort zone? And why do we feel like we can't shift higher? And so today on this call, we are going to do some shifting so that you can move ahead. And then if you so choose, I do have a training that I will share some information with you about so that you can join me and deepen your healing in your relationship with money, and also create the systems and the practical steps to help you in your holistic practice. So how does that sound? I hope that sounds awesome. So first of all, I want to talk with you and ask, and of course this is rhetorical, you can have your notes there of what you want to write down and I've asked you to write down an intention for this call, those of you that are on my list and receive the notification about this. And so first of all, I just want you to tune in with that intention. What is the shift that you want around money and around clients and around pricing? What is it that you would really like to receive out of this call? And you are welcome to email me that intention. I will be checking in again later for any comments or questions, as well as so I can include your concerns and what's going on for you in this deep healing work that we will be doing. And whoops, I am opening up a document real quick. Let's see. Okay. So just to give a little bit of context for this call, one of the things that I see with holistic practitioners is that they desire so much to serve people that they are often charging very low fees, and then they're either exhausted working so much with their clients, and they have a hard time. They have a hard time making ends meet because they're either totally exhausted and getting burned out, or they may not even have time to market. But often they feel incongruent having some sort of a spiritual transformational business and charging for that. And there's a part of them that thinks that they should be doing this work for free. And so that's one of the challenges that I'll see. And so often when they go to raise their fees or to create packages and programs, that they don't feel in alignment yet with that new pricing structure. And so they may try it for a while at that price point, but at some point they may throw in the towel and go back to their old pricing model because they are bumping up against that ceiling that we talked about. And they may feel like a failure in their business because they aren't able to raise their prices, or they're not able to reach the dreams that they really secretly have. And they often are just struggling to make ends meet in their business. And intellectually, they know that they provide value. They know that what they offer is huge and makes a big difference for their clients. But there are also these pieces of doubt that are floating around. And the bottom line is that people can smell that from a mile away. And what it comes down to is your personal identity, that you link up your pricing structure with your identity. And that can cause a lot of issues. And instead, what we want to do is separate your pricing, and we want to get you congruent with your own worth initially to start with. And recognize that you are valuable, and it doesn't actually matter I have something kind of in my eye. It doesn't matter what you charge, that doesn't actually relate to your worth. You are far valuable, more valuable than any prices that you could charge. But we do also want you to be able to make a great living with your business. You are in business to make money. It's not a hobby. You have people that you're providing for, probably, a family, people that are counting on you. And the truth is that your clients, in addition, there are people that will be drawn to you based on your pricing structure. And so when you have low fees, then you will attract those that are often of a lower vibration simply because they are coming from a scarcity mindset themselves. And when you have higher fees, that you actually stand out more. Sorry, I still have this thing in my eye. Anyway, so I want to help you to shift in your energy so that you can raise your prices and feel absolutely at peace about it, knowing that you can charge that and understanding your unique worth, your unique brilliance. So let's see. Those feelings that you may have around money and pricing come out of you whether you like it or not. And so, and really also back to what I was saying before, that charging low fees is absolutely exhausting and that you work so hard for every dollar. And we want to release that. That's constricting energy for you. And let's see. And it's no wonder that there are so many holistic practitioners that simply burn out or give up because they're not able to make the living that they want or not able to break free of their own unconscious programming of their own income level. So another problem that I'll see is that when you undervalue yourself and your services, then you are typically stuffing so much into each session that you are probably overwhelming your clients, frankly. And the reason that you may be doing this is because you're trying to prove to them that you're valuable and that you're worth something, and so that they'll come back and so that they'll keep hiring you and so they'll spread the word. But the truth is that when you're stuck, it actually has the opposite effect. When you're stuffing so much into your sessions that then it makes them think that, well, first of all, you're overwhelmed them, so they have so much homework that it takes them forever to get through it. And depending on how you have packaged yourself and how you have, the business model that you're working on, they may not be coming back very often. Maybe you're still charging hourly, and so instead of coming back twice a month, maybe they're waiting a few months before coming back, depending on your model. And for many coaches and healers and practitioners, they need to go back to their own beliefs. And first, they need to shift their mindset before they can move forward with higher price packages and programs that they really do want to offer. So, are you ready to up-level your mindset? Are you ready to increase your profits? And if so, then I'm excited that you're here with me and watching this video if you're watching the replay for later, because you will experience a shift on this call if you stay till the end and really just open your heart that there is a nugget, at least one, for you on this call in the shifting of the work. So I really want to help you to let go of your own doubt and fear and self-consciousness so that you can move forward feeling congruent with your pricing, attracting high-level clients that you love to work with, that love working with you, that are thrilled to pay those higher prices. So, all right. Okay, so I want to share with you another quote. Okay, this comes from The Slight Edge. And this is the quote. It's actually someone that commented and gave a testimonial that was included in the Slight Edge. But I love this principle. It goes like this. It's not the one unhealthy meal or one skipped workout that causes you to gain 25 pounds. It's the daily unhealthy decisions that add up over the course of a year or two that causes the 25 pounds. And what I love about this, even though it's related to health and gaining or releasing weight, what I love about this is it absolutely applies to money. And it's those decisions that add up over time that affect our money. It's not, making one call and having a great day and enrolling a client versus, not making any calls. It's the consistency in your business. It's what you're doing every single day. And so I want you to have that shift and see that one of the principles I want to introduce to you is tracking your income. So in my program that I'll introduce a little bit later, my thoughts are getting just slightly jumbled. Everybody breathe. So in my Money Mindset Mastery course that I will introduce to you, which is a live virtual program, that I will share with you a couple of exercises. And one of them is this one, your money tracking sheet. And the idea behind this is that whatever you focus on, you're going to get more of. And so we want to help you to start tracking your income to the penny every single day. And you may not be perfect at this, you don't have to be, but we want to start and get you tracking your income so you know where you stand and know how much you need to bring in, know where you are as it relates to your goals. And so I love, as we think about this quote from the Sly Edge, that it's not that one day that you skip tracking your money or the one day that you're not paying attention to your bank account. It is the consistency of either the positive things you're doing daily or the forgetting or the neglecting. That the composite of those is what we're after. And in the course of a month, think of what you could achieve in your business if you were tracking your money every day and knew exactly where you stood, knew exactly how many clients you need to bring in. And over the course of a year, imagine what could happen in your business if you are focused on the right goals and understood which things to focus on when it comes to money in your business. So we're going to go ahead and get into some energy work. I'm going to invite you to take about 4 deep breaths again. And I'm just checking in energetically and doing my part to check in for those that are on the call right now, as well as those that will be watching the video replay later. And I keep having this eye that is watering. So, alrighty. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is connect everyone up with money. And if you're new to this work and working with me, I am trained in the Simply Healed method by Sherilyn Cooper. You're welcome to look her up. She's fabulous. And I also have other things that I utilize in my practice. I am a certified business coach. I have had a number of different trainings and helped over 200 clients, but I don't really want to focus on all of that. You're welcome to look up my qualifications later. I want to use this time and help you to really shift. So we want to, there's some connections that are lacking that we want to link you up for. And when I say you, I'm really talking about the energy of the whole group. So maybe there's some pieces that are for you individually, and maybe there's some things for others that will be listening to this or they're on live. Okay, so there's coming up a disconnect from childhood, and we're just going to release that and we can reconnect to money and that it's safe. Another thing that's coming up is being connected with the feminine and masculine side of you. And money, to have money, we want to both give it, which is more masculine type, as well as receive it, which is more feminine. The receiving is more feminine. And we want to be congruent both in giving and receiving. Okay, let's see. There's also a part about being connected to yourself. So we want to link that up. And being connected to your creator. So in this case right now, we want to help connect you to your father, your mother, and the creator in the universe. So I'm going to link all of that up. Go ahead and breathe. Okay, the next thing that's coming up is some generational things. So we inherit a lot of the mindsets that we have, and a lot of what's going on for us with money we've inherited from our ancestors, and that's been passed down. Think about in the United States the Great Depression and how that affected people for generations, or times of warfare where people were displaced. And this can be for around the world, but there are some generational things that are coming up right now that we need to take care of. Okay, about 7 things. Go ahead and breathe. And what you'll notice, some people can really feel the energy and notice as things are being released. You may yawn, you may feel yourself getting sleepier, more relaxed, or feel more peaceful. For other people, they might just feel good and they might not really notice a shift. It doesn't really matter either way. It's still shifting as long as you are open to receiving this help. And anything that I do for you is only in your highest good. You absolutely get to trump anything that you don't agree with, or you can adjust wording so that it works for you. Let me see. I feel like I'm... Okay. Okay, let's see. All right, so another thing that I want to mention is that as you have experiences with money, you stored your personal experiences, not just with money, but with anything in your body. And your body holds the memory of those experiences. So there's actually parts of your body right now, organs and systems that need some checking in and releasing of that emotional stuffing that happens. Okay. Okay, so next we're just going to release some things around money, some beliefs. Okay. And I'm just checking in with the energy, as I'm pausing, seeing what needs to happen next. So, okay, there's some false beliefs, some more. Okay, we're going to release those. All right, so let's go through some specific affirmations. I'm opening up a document on my computer of some of the notes that I made, and I don't think it will interfere. Whoops, I opened the wrong thing. And I also actually want to share with you a story about a lady that came and asked me for some help. And some of you have heard this story, but this several years ago I met a woman, and she really wanted to work on her beliefs about money. And as we began working together, it was clear that she had a lot of things that were tied up with money as well as relationships. And in her previous financial career, she had helped some family members invest in some things that went bad. And so she had inadvertently created the belief, among others, that money causes pain in relationships. And this was really hurting her coaching practice at the time. And she also had the belief that you can't have both great relationships and be making great money. So as I delved in and helped her uncover the beliefs that were holding her back, we found a web of things that needed to be taken care of so that she could create the marriage that she wanted. She also had some infertility things going on, and so that she could create amazing income. And shifting her energy was actually really easy. She was super ready for these changes, and she just needed someone who could facilitate it and help her. And in the days and weeks that followed, there were a number of really interesting things that happened. She got a number of new clients within 2 days. After one of our coaching calls, she manifested $8,000 for a high-level coaching program that she wanted to invest in. She also had some awesome shifts that took place with her husband and her stepkids. It was just super awesome. In fact, even the husband's ex-wife, we did some clearing for her and she was totally open to it. And before, where there was discomfort and kind of walking on eggshells with these relationships, and there was even resentment, that the stepkids began to open up and feel more comfortable with her and accepted her. And the ex-wife was a lot easier to deal with. And she became kind. And things settled in at a comfortable place where my client could deal with the people that were challenging, and that really resolved. And to top it off, even in a few months, she became pregnant too, which was super awesome. We did clearing around that as well. So it's amazing how our relationship with money can affect so many things. And there can be an underlying entanglement that is similar to other aspects of our lives. So right now we want to do some shifting. Let's see. Let me find a few things. All right, so I want to install some things in your system and do some releasing. Right now we're going to be installing some things that you need as far as beliefs for money. And we're just clearing out where things are not matching up for you. Okay, so it's possible to earn money, save money, and have a good relationship with money. Many and I have a respectful relationship. I want to release for some people, that idea that I'm just not good with money, or thinking that I can't have money now. Some of you maybe have that go through your mind. Oh, I can't have money because of X, Y, or Z, or because I owe all of this money, or because, whatever. It's okay. So I can have money now. It's okay for me to make what I made in a year. I can make that in a smaller amount of time. I can make that in a month. Okay, and for some people, we need to even plug that in. I can make what I made in a year in a day. I can make that much. I can make thousands of dollars in one enrollment conversation we want to plug in for some of you. And if that's too high for those of you that are starting with really low fees, let's shift it to I can make hundreds. So for those that are ready for thousands, we want it to be thousands. Okay, I release keeping myself tied up. I release the need for money and abundance to look a certain way. Okay, there's something else around that. So we want to just clear up vision in general, that I see things as they are, and I see the possibility of how things can be. I open myself up to that greater vision. Let's see. I allow joy and abundance into my heart and into my life. Go ahead and breathe. Okay, those are all strong. I release the buildup of many failures, many mistakes, yucky money feelings or beliefs related to money. I release failure mode. Okay, there's more that we need to do around that. It's generational. Okay, a lot of generations that have things ready to be released. Okay. Okay, so actually we don't need to work on that one right now. I'm going to skip some. It's okay for me to be paid for what I do. It's okay to be paid for work that helps people to become more spiritual, helps them to become more connected, that helps them transform. I can pull myself out of a rut. And we'll just leave that one like that. I think in the future trainings, there'll be more around that we'll cover. I allow and ask for help. There's the energy of thinking that you need to do it all, that it's all up to you, or that you have these heavy burdens, in your shoulders. And we can actually just think about relaxing your neck, relaxing your shoulders, and kind of let those burdens fall off you more. And it's fascinating because I just read, I think it was in Blink by Malcolm Gladwell. I love him, and I'm reading one of his books to my kids, and I just finished Blink. I think it was in Blink where Malcolm Gladwell actually talks about that how you hold yourself physically really it creates emotional and energetic things. So, you look at people with poor posture, which is something that I've struggled with much of my life, and I've improved greatly. But people are like hunched, or they're always looking down. Their head is down, and what you do physiologically affects your emotional state, as well as what you do emotionally affects your physiological state. So that was just fascinating to me, and I've always kind of had that gut instinct that they're totally related. And I loved seeing the study that he referenced. So let's see. I also want to address, how much you're holding as far as your burdens in your life. If you are so busy holding on to every problem, there are some people who, and I've had this in my life, where I was so concerned about everybody's problems that I was really taking them on energetically. And even though we love people, we want to help them, it is not your responsibility to hold everyone's problems and to solve everyone's problems. There are people who will come to you and people who you will be inspired to help. But just because you hear about a problem doesn't mean you need to solve every single problem that goes your way. So whatever capacity you're holding as far as problems and challenges, those can be blocking your ability to receive. So imagine that you're holding, all of these, this basket of all of these problems, all of these rocks. And as you lighten your burden and you let those go, and maybe some of them you actually hand over to God and ask God to hold those burdens, or hand them back to the people that they belong to energetically. And it doesn't matter if you believe in God or not. I do, but this information, this call can benefit you no matter what your belief system is. So imagine with those rocks, that imagine, releasing them and letting them go to the right sources, so that you can open yourself up literally to greater abundance that wants to come to you, that is coming to you. So let's do some energy work around that. Oh, it being safe to release burdens. I can release okay, so there's some problems that you need to focus on, and they're around your journey right now in your life, and you need to have breakthroughs around those. And there are others that are just taking up space. It's not the right time or season to take care of them, or you've actually resolved them in the past and you've decided, oh, I kind of like that rock, I'm going to pick it up and carry it again. You might have a pet favorite burden that you keep coming back to. If you have addressed it in the past and come to a resolution, let it go and let it be, and trust yourself. Trust that and trust in the decisions that you've made in the past. Okay, and around that we want to plug in around decision making. I trust myself to make decisions. I trust that I'm learning from my challenges, my past challenges, so that more positive can come to me in the future instead of staying in a pattern. Okay, go ahead and breathe. Okay, So we're going to pause there with the energy work that we've been doing, and I'm going to go ahead and check my emails to see what people have said and get a quick report. Alrighty. And I do have some stuff. Thank you, Ellen. I just got your email. I appreciate you letting me know that you're getting it. Okay. And yes, there will be a replay with all of the information. So I understand that you can't make it. Let me check for others. Okay. Let me check one more place, because I sent this to more than one list. I want to make sure that. All right. Okay, so as far as concerns, let me read this one. Okay, so this is from a woman that she is creating some music, and she has some goals about creating this in a certain time frame. And also, she wants some clearing around being a speaker. Okay, so let's check in. Okay, so there's some stuff around the speaking. The music stuff, it's not the right time to work on that right now. But, I mean, we could in a moment. But the priority is speaking, and that feels like that also is some stuff that relates to others as well. Okay, so let's install some things that that you want in your speaking. So I trust my ability to speak. I find great venues to speak at. I am good at creating offers. And remember, as I'm plugging this in for you, that just because this was a week for you a few moments ago doesn't mean that like you're going to go out today and be an amazing speaker, but you're shifting your energy so that you can attract and create what you want to create. You still need to follow through with the inspired action. Okay, there's also a piece about being able to afford programs that relate to this, and I want to also make that more general, because there are other people who will be listening to this that you have certain goals and in your training and the skills that you want to add to your tool belt. So let's see, what do we need to say? Okay, I have clarity around which programs I need and which will help me grow. I attract the right coaches, the right programs. I'm becoming a great speaker. There's still more around the speaking. Okay, there's some generational stuff. We can just release that, okay? And there's some false beliefs about speaking and it needing to look like certain people or follow a certain template. And a piece about those templates being too rigid for some people on the call. So if this applies to you, then just open up and say, okay, I want this. I'm taking this in. Okay. We want to allow your personality and your flow and your gifts. And okay, and we want to tap into that in a general sense, all of those things about your gifts. Go ahead and breathe. Okay, strong. I'm just double checking that this is cleared up. Okay, so gifts, speaking, programs, all of those are testing strong. Okay, let me look back. I'm still getting that we don't need to do clearing around the music thing right now. Alrighty, so, all right, so another one that, another piece in this email is about doing a summit and inviting other people. So I attract the right people for the summit. I am approachable. I am good at expressing myself as I invite people to speak with me. I say these in the first tense. I hope you've understood that It's it is the group's energy that I am speaking for and plugging it in for anyone who wants this. Okay. All right, so we can release that. Plug those things in. Okay, another issue around time. I have time to market myself. I have time to create the programs that I want. I have the right mentors. Let's see. All right, so there's a piece coming up about getting a job, and I understand that sometimes when you're building your coaching practice that there might be times where you actually just need income coming in. And I'm all about creating programs, but if for you need to just get a job for a while. I don't know your financial situation. I am not a financial planner. I'm not, I'm just checking in with the energy. So stuff is coming up about getting a job. Okay, I'm capable of getting a job. It's safe for me to get a job. I attract the right employer for me. I attract an energetic and stimulating atmosphere. Kind of that's the energy of the feeling that I have. Sometimes the energy and describing it in words might be a little bit different. But I'm feeling the energy of what it is. So we're shifting according to that energy. Okay, so go ahead and breathe. All right. All right, let me check back at my notes, and I'll check let me check for emails again as well. Refresh this one. All right, let me check. While any emails are coming in, let me check one more thing. Okay, so some stuff is coming up about buyer's remorse, just kind of mistakes with money in the past. And we're going to do a timeline for that. Let me explain what a timeline is. Sorry, I was diving in, checking in with the energy. But so what a timeline is, we all are a certain age and we have experiences that happen to us at a certain age. And it's when energy gets stuck in us around events that have happened at certain times. So we're releasing according to ages. And they're not always negative things. There could be some positive things that we need to identify. When I do this with a client, with an individual client, it's usually very simple and they don't even need to say anything. Occasionally I'll need a little more information and I'll say something like, okay, so I'm getting age 8. Tell me what comes to your mind about age 8, and they'll tell me. And if it's ever something really private, that they can just think it for a moment and I can release it. It's not like therapy where you have to go through and rehash everything that's painful. It works on a very simple level, but very deep and thorough. Okay, so get back to the timeline. Okay, go ahead and breathe. Okay, I'm a good buyer. I know that sounds silly, but okay, I find great deals. Money loves me. That's something huge we needed. Okay, I love and respect money. For some of you, that might seem like a crazy thing, and I only mean it positive. Like this, money is just energy. It's not saying that, okay, money needs to be an idol for you or the main thing. It's just like you need to eat, you need water. There are certain needs you have in life, and money is a need in our current society. It's just like that. It's not replacing your relationships, or it shouldn't be trumping the highest things, but it still has a place, and that it's okay to love it with an appropriate way. And feel free to email me any questions. If there's some things coming up that I didn't explain very well and you're confused about or you're not sure about, or feel free to email that to me. Okay. All right. So what I'd like to do is share with you the next step. If you've enjoyed this clearing and some things that we've talked about, there are several. Let me just refer to, really wanted to talk about the many mirror. I don't have a lot of time to do the training around it, which the training wasn't going to happen now anyway. It would be in the course. But I wanted to let you know what the many mirrors are. So those of you that join the course, you'll get these. So there's one around courage. This is for people that one of the things they need the most is having courage to raise their prices, to stand behind their pricing. These are people that they have a hard time standing out and discussing their fees. There's also a many mirror of deservability. This is the lovely picture for deservability. And the people that struggle with deservability, they are the ones who overload their packages. They are the ones who give more than what is paid for. They make themselves too available. Okay, another many mirror is love. Here's our lovely many mirror for love. And the people that struggle with love as their many mirror are the ones that charge less than they know they could, and because they don't want to make waves. They also can be charging really low, and they'll find that they get resentful for charging so low. And they also experience cycles of feast or famine. That is often related to the many mirror of love. And then there is the many mirror of boundaries. And here's this one. And it is real, all of these are common, and you might have struggle with one at a particular time. You might find that all of them have a piece for you. But the great thing is when you understand which many mirror you need to focus on, there are some key things that you can do to make some shifts with many. There are some questions that you can ask yourself. There are some key action steps that I will encourage you to take so that you can use your many mirror and have it reflect back to you what you're really looking for. Love, my eye again. Love, deservability, boundaries, or courage. So in the boundary, those that have that are working on the many mirror of boundaries, they are the ones who they'll tell someone one price and then they'll back down later, or they change their mind, or they're switching their fees around a lot. They frequently cave if somebody asks for a discount. And they also might be likely to trade their services. So that's a little bit about the many mirrors, and we will be going into that in the 5-week coaching course. So let me go ahead and share with you about the training. So first, let me tell you let's see. Sorry, I'm at my website real quick looking up the URL to give you. So the URL is SherilynColby.com/many-mindset-mastery. So here, the Many Mindset Mastery course is to help you to stop being a victim and becoming more empowered with money. And I'm going to jump down and just share with you some quick basics about the program. I'm not going to talk about it a lot. You can go ahead and look at the page and find out if it's for you, or feel free to email me any questions. So this is what will be included in the program. So you'll discover your money mirror. You will uncover the truth about your money story and break through to the truth about who you are and your real worth. You will learn how to stop the income yo-yo. You'll discover the key systems to have in place to help you know exactly where you stand with money. You'll plug money leaks. You'll learn, and the great thing about this is we're working on some of these money systems emotions come up when you're working on money. And it's such a huge thing that affects so much of our lives. Excuse me. It affects so much of our lives that the great thing about doing this program is when you get in your money stuff and you're feeling emotions coming up, you're feeling triggered, that you will have access to me in the group coaching so that we can release the negative energy, the buildup of that. And so it makes it a whole lot easier to go through some of this stuff than it would be otherwise. So we'll plug many leaks. You'll learn how to value your time in a new way so that you can get more done in your genius. You'll understand the key goals to make each month and each year to pull you forward with money. And you'll find out exactly what you need to let go of to burst through your money ceiling and finally feel free. You'll learn how much you were unconsciously programmed to make, and you'll discover how to use your bank account to support your money goals. I love that. So that you can create peace and security. And you'll also find out a key question to shift yourself at any time that you're feeling like you're in victim mode so that you can move into empowerment. Okay, so here's how the program will work. It's going to be for 5 weeks, and there will be a training every week for about 90 minutes. And we will go through, we'll do deep energy work. I'm going to take you into, I'll give you exercises and templates and checklists to help you. And the kinds of things that we are going to do in the training, it will include things like your reality check, your money motivators, understanding and overcoming, sorry, I'm slurring my words, understanding and overcoming limiting beliefs, a system to overcome doubt and fear, and also it'll include training about creating profit in your business. You're an entrepreneur, or you're at least a wannabe, and that's a key part, is creating profit in your business. It will also include many exercises, visualization, as well as experiential learning, and how to have magnetic energy. So I want to ask you, what would it be worth to you to break free of that money programming? What would it mean to you to feel your value and offer higher price packages and programs confidently and comfortably? What could you do this year with that kind of freedom? How much money could you make in the next 30 days? How much could you make in the next 6 months? And what could you make in the next year? Would this add another $100,000 to your income, to your bottom line? Or what could you create in the next 5 years if you let go of a lot of that money programming? So, we talk about money, and of course this program is about money. But ultimately, it's also about you being fulfilled and you having peace of mind, and you stepping into your power and creating what you really want to create in the world. Because even though you may want money for certain things, we want money, we need money, we use it every day. It is about you sharing your mission with the world and using your gifts for good. What kind of fulfillment and freedom would you allow in your life if you didn't have to worry about money so much? I want you to think about that. What would your life be like? So for me, in some of my other trainings and emails and so forth, I have shared about my personal journey. I'm not going to go into that now, but I know what it's like to experience lack, and I know what it's like to struggle, but I also know what it's like to love my business and love what I'm creating, and to see that every year is getting better and better, and to absolutely love that foundation that I have been building my business on. And am I there yet? No. I'm far from perfect. I totally make mistakes. But I'm willing to go through what I'm going through at the different times. When I get triggered, I know there's a lesson there for me. And I also know that when I learn that lesson fully, that I can be there to absolutely show up for my clients with full authenticity. And I have invested more than $40,000 in my business. And in fact, I was thinking I need to go back and double check. Okay, so the mastermind that I invested in the last 2 years, so I shouldn't say the last 2 years, but the one I did last year, as well as the new one that I'm in, how much are those, my most recent trainings? Where's my investment level in my own education? But you could go out and you could spend $40,000 plus in trainings and certifications and masterminding and energy work and group and individual mentoring and coaching. You can absolutely do that. You can read books, and those things are super valuable. They have been huge for me, and have invested years in that, as you probably have invested a lot for your own education. So frankly, though, that is a lot of time. That's a lot of money, and you probably don't want to take that many years to get the breakthrough that you're looking for if there was an easier way. So another way is you could invest $7,200 to work with me individually. I have a platinum program. You're welcome to ask me about it. It's awesome. I love it. And my clients love it. It is worth every penny. However, most people, I shouldn't say most, but many people cannot invest at that level, that doesn't work for them. Or it might not be the timing for such a program like that for you. So you also could invest in a high-level VIP day, and maybe you want to just get some systems in place. You want to create a number of things in your business where you are creating profit, creating clients, where you're getting visible, and where you have a consistent message. There are a number of things I go through in my high-level VIP day. But you probably, some of you may be absolutely interested in that, and you're welcome to ask me more about it, and I can share that with you. So, but what I've done, because those are higher level programs for those that are my platinum clients that I reserve for my high level coaching, I wanted to create something that could shift many beliefs and many mindset for people in a different bracket. And so what I've created is this 5-week program where you will have there will be 6 live calls, calls/videos. I haven't decided if I'm going to do both. They will all be recorded, so if you have to miss one or you want to re-listen to it, you absolutely have access to that, and you get that. And so the investment for the Mind Money Mastery program is $497, and I invite you to come enroll in that. There is a full pay at $497, or if you want what's it called? A payment option. I will do a payment option for 2 payments of $298.50. So you're welcome. I don't have that button created on my website. If you want that, just send me a quick email, and I'm happy to create that for you. So what I want to share with you is, if you do nothing, what is your life going to be like? What is the money programming that you are feeling stuck in right now? Where is your money ceiling? And what would it be like if you could break through that to a new level? And I also want to say, sometimes when people are new in their business, they think they can't create high-level programs. And in this particular program, we're not necessarily creating, your signature system and your VIP days and your long-term platinum programs, but I am going to help you create a structure for those things. And I do have some bonuses that I wanted to share. That reminds me, let me find those real quick. Let's see, give me a quick second to find. All right, so here's how it's going to work. When you sign up today, I will do energy work for up to 3 of your programs, packages, or offerings. That means that you'll send me an email. Okay, here are 3 packages, programs, or offerings that I have. Can you do energy? You'll ask me to do that energy work for you, and I will. And it will be through email and remote energy clearing. So anyone that signs up today, I will absolutely do that for. And So what it means is that I will make sure that you are connected to those goals and those programs. If you're not, I'm going to absolutely let you know. And I'm going to do the shifting around it so that you can be aligned. However, that doesn't mean you can throw out any number. Like, it doesn't mean that you can create a program for $1 million and that I'm going to energetically align you for that. It needs to be in the realm that works for your energy. I'm going to know, and you're going to know when you create or share about those programs with me. So, and I'll let you know if you qualify. You'll know if you sign up today that you qualify, of course. And for the first 10 people that sign up, they will receive a 20-minute one-on-one consultation with me that includes breaking through their personal blocks and limitations. So that's for the first 10. And then I have one more bonus for the first 3 people. I will help you create your business profit plan. And I love to do this. It's so super fun. So those bonuses are not yet listed on the website page, but they will be. And I will also send an email link for those of you on my list that are looking for this. And again, the web page is, I have to look it up again because SherilynColby.com/money-mindset-mastery. So, and I'll put a link. Yeah, I know there's a link on the YouTube video right now on the page that links to. If you go to that page, it will send you to the Money Mindset Mastery page. Let's see. So I'm so grateful that you joined me today. I'm going to go ahead and check my emails to see if you have any questions. Feel free to send me a quick email, and I'll just, if there's something that wasn't clear, I'm happy to revisit that within reason. So let me just refresh. Okay. So I think that is it. Let me just double check. Let's see. So I have a question for you. The question is, what are you ready to give up so that you can go to the next level in your business? What are you ready to give up? And when I say give up, I don't mean give up your kids or give up, your life savings or anything like that. I mean, what are you holding on to on the inside that is really keeping you back? What is it that's keeping you from valuing yourself, from loving yourself, from being open to receive the abundance that the universe and that God has for you? What would it be like if you could break through that? I would love for you to join me in the Money Mindset Mastery 5-week course. I invite you to go to that link and sign up. Sign up right now so that you can be one of those that receives those awesome bonuses. And they do stack. So if you sign up right now and you are one of the first 3, you get all of them. If you're not one of the first 3, but you sign up today, you still get the bonus for today. I'll make sure that's really clear, and I'll list that out. Okay, so I also just want to remind you that your values are the things that you're willing to invest time, energy, and money to either achieve or avoid. What is it that you are valuing? And are you investing to go to that next level?